Good morning, everyone. My name is Kendra Nix, and I am going to, I don't want to say that. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. On last week, I held my in-person government contracting class. However, the recording quality wasn't what I wanted it to be. So here I am recording again, and I've also gotten some requests from others for the recording. So here we go. Intro to government contracting brought to you by yours truly. So I like to start off my presentations with a little quote. And for government contracting, I thought this quote was perfect. Excuse me. Courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. One thing, and regardless of is working with private sector, government, business in general, is about building relationships. People want to do business with people they know, like, and excuse me. So what do you have to do? You have to show up and be seen. So that is one thing a lot of people don't realize when it comes to business, regardless of who you're doing business with. You want to make sure that you're seen in the best light and let that fear go. I know a lot of people like, oh my gosh, I got to promote my business every day. Kind of, sort of, yeah. However, the benefits of you showing up and being consistent will pay off. And here I am, Kendra Nix, your GovCon consultant. So what's a GovCon consultant? Like it says, I assist companies, individuals with their government contracting journey. Why? Well, back in 2019, I was sitting where you are. I didn't know the who, the what, the when, the why, the how. And am I crazy? I didn't know the answers to those questions when it came to government contracting. I heard so much about it and saying that, oh my God, you're a small business, you get a piece of this pie. I didn't know how to get a piece of it. So I finally went to YouTube and I stumbled upon some videos by this gentleman named Eric Coffey. Great guy, Google him. And just by watching his videos, I learned steps to get started. And from that, connected with people, companies, and here I am today, helping other companies and people get out of the unstuck and, get a piece of that pie. So today we're going to learn about what is government contracting, why I work with the government, how to certifications, money, bidding, all the stuff that you hear and you're like, question mark, how, what do I do? So we're going to do that today, learn about the lovely world of getting started with government contracting. So I want to just give you a little brief background on what Uncle Sam spent or is going to spend in 2022. We still have a couple of weeks left, so let's see. Now this was pulled on last week. You'll see right here. So far, the federal government has spent $9 trillion. Can we count how many zeros that is? Come on, get your fingers out. $9 trillion in spending. And as you see right here, it's broken down to buckets. Now you can go to usaspending.gov to get more information about this, but you'll see right here, $293 plus billion in transportation. And you're probably like, I do transportation. How can I get a piece of that pie? Listen, this is how you get a piece of this pie, by showing up to this presentation, learning how to get started. And also 284 plus billion for veterans benefits and agriculture. If you're into agriculture, finding innovative ways to make sure things grow and we can sustain our environment. $65 plus billion in agriculture. How cool is that? And guess what? A lot of people don't realize this, but the government's not going to the store to get toilet paper. The government's not going to the store to buy computers or software to run those computers. The government is going to big businesses and small businesses like you and I to get assistance with these items. So if that's your cup of tea, why don't you help the government up? So what is government contracting in a nutshell? Well, simple. It's the opportunity for individuals and firms to enter into a contract with any government department or agency to perform tasks such as labor materials, selling goods and services, anything from catering, toilet paper, food services, environmental services like we do for 5X Environmental, training, the government most likely wants to buy your service. So let's see, how can you work with the government? Well, first you got to be a legal entity. You have to be registered with your state, local government, whatever the requirements are in your state. And I do have some people that are not based in Alabama, so you would have to research with your Secretary of State the requirements for you to operate your business in that state. Here in Alabama, we register with the Secretary of State. I always tell people to get you a tax ID for your business, a business bank account, so you can separate the two. And also, we have entity numbers here in Alabama once we register with them. And we also here in Opelika have to register with the city of Opelika for our business. Every business is different. So I'm going to say this, I'm not an accountant, CPA, financial advisor, lawyer. I'm not any of those. So if you need any type of more in-depth questions answered about how your business should be set up, I would suggest you reach out to the professionals. One thing I do not know is how to do taxes. So don't ask me that question, but I do have a referral for a tax person if you need one. Another thing that I like to let people know, because I see it all the time, IRS.gov allows you to get your tax ID for free. You don't have to pay anyone for your tax ID number. So please don't let anyone say, oh, you have to pay me for your tax ID number. No, it is free. Okay. Now, FYI, I forgot to add this in the beginning. Throughout this presentation, I will be flipping screens. I like to be hands-on to show people so they can see, get that visual representation of what they need to be looking for. So after you are legal with your state, local government, we're going to go to two websites. The first one is sam.gov. sam.gov is the official U.S. government system for contract opportunities, data, wage determination, and also register your entity with the government. Now, I know last year and before, they had the DUNS number. Government has switched to the unique entity ID. Yes, you can still get your DUNS number. However, government has switched over to the UEI, unique entity ID. So to get started registering with the government, you're going to hit here, get started. But keep in mind, top right, official US government website, 100% free. You will hear businesses or services saying, hey, I can help you register with the government, pay me $1,500. Okay, cool. If you're a person that says, hey, Kendra, I don't have time to do all that. I just want to give somebody some money and do it for me. That is cool. However, know that you can do this yourself for free. sam.gov can be overwhelming. However, just get you a cup of coffee, glass of wine, sit down one night and do your homework, because this is the start for you to let the government know, hey, I am here and I want to do work with the United States federal government. So you just click on this button right here. See, submitting a registration and getting a unique entity ID are free. Let's highlight that, free. And it also has a checklist so you can download so you'll know what to have beforehand, and some videos to help you with registering with SAM. Now, another website you want to go to get started, excuse me, is NAICS.com, your NAICS code. This is the actual 6-digit code that tells the government the type of work you do. So it could be transportation, environmental consultant, real estate, professional services. These codes tell the government the type of services that you can sell to them. So let's click on professional, scientific, and technical services. All righty. Let's go back. Let's just do a quick search. Let's do 541620. It was already in there. 51620 is environmental consulting. That is the main NAICS code that we use for 5X environmental. However, that's not our only NAICS code. We can offer several services to the government. So we do have several services to research the NAICS code for. So let's click on 511620. It also gives you a breakdown of the top businesses with who sell those services. You can see that it's America Foster Wheeler Ventures, if I'm seeing that acronym correctly, and another company that I'm familiar with, AECOM. So I'm going to pause for a second and give you a little tip on how to network. You can take this information that you see once you get registered and everything on the NAICS website, and you say, oh, okay, well, AECOM is a big business that does the same thing that I do. How cool is that? I tell people all the time, Google is your friend. Always type in how to do business with in whatever company you want to, and see if they have a small business or supply diversity department. If they do, hey, that's your ticket to start networking with this company. See how you can get connected with them if they have any events that you can show up to either in person or virtually. So you can say, okay, hi, I'm Kendra Nix with 5X Environmental, and I also do environmental consulting services. How can I help you with your small business subcontracting goals? Okay, so that's a little tidbit on how to reverse networking, if you want to call it. Also, let's research transportation. Let's see what's out there. Look at the different NAICS codes that they have for transportation. If you're in the transportation industry, this is where you need to start. So let's pick one. I want to pick a ferry. Okay, let's do general freight trucking local. So it says bulk mail truck transportation, contract and local, 484110. There you have it. And it gives you a cross-reference of other NAICS codes that may also group into what you're doing. And also, you have the top companies that provide the same services that you provide. So hint, hint, go and network with these companies. One thing, like the quote stated, you have to show up and be seen. All right, so we're flipping back to that presentation. Okay, now once you have your NAICS codes, you put that in SAM, you're going through SAM, you're gonna pop in to a link. It's the SBA profile, and that's going to take you to the dynamic small business search. Yes, register with that too. It's within sam.gov's registration, and it's going to hyperlink you to that. You want to make sure that your business is listed in that database also, because it allows companies to search for you based on your NAICS codes, women-owned preference, minority-owned preference. They can drill down and say, okay, I want to look for businesses in Opelika, Alabama, who provide transportation services. They can drill down and find you from the dynamic small business search database. Now, here's a little asterisk. It can be tedious. The database is not user-friendly, in my opinion. However, the government is trying to update certain things, like they updated sam.gov. So baby steps, give them time. One thing about working with the government is definitely a hurry up and wait. So just be patient and run your race. So after you have registered with sam.gov, you are updated. If your SBA profile, DSBS is populated, I want you to connect with your PTAC, Procurement Technical Assistance Centers. Now, just a little caveat. As of last week, the PTACs will be called Apex Centers, if my memory serves me correctly. They did do an update to that. I will send out links to all of this information so you don't have to take notes on this. Once again, there are others that are not local, so always Google your state and PTAC. This is Alabama's PTACs and website. And as you can see, they provide a wealth of information for you, from professional advising, bid matching, and I'll show you that later. And also they'll help you register with sam.gov. Every region has their own counselor or PTAC specialist. We're in Lee County right there. Click on that, and it's Miss Betsy Baker. She is great. Definitely connect with her because they know the ins and outs of government contracting, and also will help you, guide you, answer those questions that, hey, you're just lost with. And majority of the events that they have are free. They do offer events throughout the year, intro to government contracting, and how to get certified as a DBE. It was one of the events they offered this year. Also some forecasting, helping small businesses find out what's in the pipeline for working with Anniston Army Depot. So you can know, hey, let me get ready to bid on this project. And they also had their annual Gulf Coast Procurement Opportunities Conference and Matchmaker. I went to the one before COVID. It was really, really great. Very small fee. So some of their classes and webinars are online, free of charge, and some may have a small fee, and then some may be in person. So definitely connect with your PTAC wherever you're located. Here for us, it is Miss Betsy Baker. Now let's talk about the alphabet soup. And excuse me for a second. Alphabet soup, I call it the certifications rat race. I always hear, oh, I was told if I got my certification as a woman-owned business, I automatically get a contract. I really wish that was the case. However, you still have to do the work, still have to be prepared, still have to perform the contract, and still have to meet the requirements for the contract. However, getting a certification is, to me, an added bonus to helping you with your journey within government contracting. Now, there may be a one-off that says, Kendra, I got my certification. They just handed me a contract just because, hey, congratulations, you got this, okay? However, in a perfect world, you're going to have to do a little legwork for these certifications. Now, you have your federal, state, local, and private certifications, okay? Your federal certifications are like your SBA women-owned small business, your 8A certification. There's a HubZone certification, veteran, small disabled veteran-owned business. So there are a couple of certifications that you can get as a small business, and you would just go to certified.sba.gov. Here you'll find out about different certifications, or Google is your friend to do your research. One of the certifications that I tell people to strive to, because I think it's very beneficial to any business, to me, I call it the top dog, is your 8A certification. The 8A certification is a business development program offered by the government. And basically, to me, it's like the government's hand holding your hand and walking you through on how to do these contracts, and basically providing these sole source and competitive set-aside contracts to your company. And you get a dedicated business opportunity specialist. So you have someone directly with the government helping you and your company succeed. This, to me, is the top dog program. I tell people always strive for 8A. 8A does have qualifications for the program. So definitely come here, research the qualifications to see if you can qualify for the program. Also right here, hopefully this is not in your way, you have the Women-Owned Small Business Program, and they have a series coming up on how to get connected with that. So I'm gonna put a note to send that. I saw that last night, so I'm gonna put a note to send that information out to you also. Next, you have your state and local certifications. There we go. Here in Alabama, there are a couple. One is through the Office of Minority Business Enterprise. You can get your MBE certification. If you go to this website, you can find out the requirements and also the benefits of getting the certification. One of the benefits, you receive access to training opportunities. Definitely always tap into your free trainings that are offered, because it's a way for you to network with other companies and to get free training. One thing as small businesses, we always have to look at our bottom dollar. And if there's a training that they offer that I need for my company, hey, sign me up. Another great certification to have is your DOT DBE certification, and that's for Department of Transportation Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program. Each state has a DBE program. This is Alabama's information. All you have to do is type in for your state, say Florida, FLDOT DBE. It'll pop up. For our company, 5X Environmental, we are DBE certified about 7 or 8 states. The DOT DBE program was designed to help small businesses owned and controlled by socially and economically disadvantaged individuals, including minorities and women, in participating in contract opportunities created by the Department of Transportation. So you have to think about your railroads, roads, anything transportation that DOT handles. These contracts, they want to make sure that small, socially, economically disadvantaged businesses, individuals can basically get a piece of that pie. If you are local, on exit 60 to 57 here on 85, DOT is doing a lot of work. You have to think, man, could I be a part of that contract? Why, yes, you can. If you provide those services that they're looking for that contract, you definitely can. One thing to know about the DOT DBE application, if you can master this application, man, you're good. When I was doing this application 2 years ago, it was a lot. They asked for a lot of information. So you have to have your stuff in order. There is a checklist. Follow this checklist. For Alabama, we have to print out everything and mail it into them. And once they mail it in, I think it's like 90 days for them to review. And from there, they also follow with you for an in-person interview. Let me tell you this, make sure that if you are the head of this company, you know your business inside and out. They do this in these certifications to basically weed out those who are not telling the truth about who they are, who runs the companies, because a lot of these certifications, especially DBE, I can definitely vouch for that. Great certification, great group of people here in Alabama. They do a lot for the DBEs, from providing training, connecting us with buyers from government to private sector. Prime example, I went through the Turner School of Construction during COVID, their certification course, because it was offered through the DBE program. It was COVID. We were just sitting in the house, might as well, right? So they offer a lot of great opportunities to help small businesses who are DBE certified grow their business by being on DOT contracts. Prime example, 2 days ago, I had an email, and in that email, they said their DBE participation goal was 20%. So on that contract, they want 20% participation from companies who are certified as DBEs. So definitely, this is one to get. Local here for Opelika, we don't have any business certifications yet. However, I'm hoping that's going to change, because I think it'll be great to connect local businesses to big businesses that come here and they know that, oh, okay, I have this Opelika women-owned business or small business certification. So I've been vetted by the city that I'm a legitimate business and I can work with you. So hopefully that's coming soon. I know there are tons of other cities that provide that. Definitely check with your local government to see if there are any local certifications that'll help you in your business journey. Some private certifications that I always suggest people to get, these do cost. This one I think is $300 or $350, and the same thing with the National Minority Supply Development Council. Great certifications. They provide a lot of opportunity for you to be in front of companies from a lot of your private sector. You're looking at Chase, Amazon, Target, you name it. They connect you with these companies because they want you to grow and succeed also. So definitely look at your certifications and see which one best suits your company. Next, how to fund your business. I get this question all the time. Let me take a sip of coffee on this one. How to fund your business. Let's just go into it. I tell people, if you can, still work your full-time job. I see people all the time, I'm gonna quit and start my own business. Cool, thumbs up, congratulations. However, if you're just starting out, you don't know the ebbs and flows of how your business is going to go. So I always suggest time management skills and keep your day job. You can fund your business, your dreams, whatever it may be, with your full-time job. So I see it all the time. I suggest don't say, hey, I'm gonna quit this full-time and do my business, because the business is going to have these ebbs and flows that you may not know is going to happen. Prime example, nobody knew about COVID. COVID hit a lot of us, and some businesses did not make it. Some made it. The ebbs and flows, we couldn't predict COVID. So that was one thing that we all had to be prepared for. Next, if you have family and friends that want to pour into you and say, you know what, Kendra, I don't know how you can be a business owner. I am hats off to you. That's not my cup of tea. Keep me 9 to 5. But you know what I want to do? I want to pour into your business and help you because I believe in you. Hey, reach out to family and friends to see if they can offer you some assistance with your business. Next, loans. Private, your banking relationships. SBA offers loans, I think 7A, 504, microloans, also local government. We have local government entities here in our Lee County area, Lee County Russell governments. I think I said the acronym backwards, but it's going to be in the links I send you. They help small businesses get the finances they need to run their business. However, you have to have a solid business plan when you come to get loans and everything. I always tell people, for me, I use liveplan.com for my business plan, or you can go to your friend Google to see what tools and templates they have out there for business plans to help you. But have your items in order. So we're at the funding stage. We've already gotten connected with our state, SAM, everything. So that part, we're set up with legal entity to run our operation where we're located. Your business plan, the who, what, when, why, marketing, how are you going to do this? What's your money going to look like? Where are you going to get your customers from? They're going to want to know that information before they say, here's money for your business. Next, you have grants. Now, I hear all the time, oh, there are grants out there to start your business. There may be few and far between, but there are some out there. However, they want you to at least have a business plan before they say, okay, here you go, so-and-so, here's money for ABC business. They want to know the who, what you're going to spend this money on, how you're going to use it, who's going to help you. So grants, you have grant applications. Some may be very small, and then some may be more detailed and robust because they want to know how this grant money is going to be spent. There's also grants.gov, but just keep in mind with grants.gov, majority of these grants are tied to missions. When you come to grants.gov, it's tons of information, how to, writing tips, everything you need to know. Maybe let you know when the next system maintenance. So on January 21st, don't touch this website, okay? So they have tons of information out here, and you can search for grants. There's 2,475 grants right now. Let's look at one to see what the requirements are so you can understand that most of these grants tied to grants.gov are tied to a mission. So let's do youth. Let's see what they have. Youth actively create opportunities. This one is overseas. This one is unrestricted. Let's get one local. Oh, youth bill. So youth bill, when you click on this, it has a lot of information. The first thing you want to look at is, oh, okay, this is the closing date for applications. no later than 11:59 p.m. And it tells you the category, how many expected awards. And right here, it also shows who is eligible to apply for the grant. Not every company is eligible to apply for the grant. They break it down from Native American tribal organization all the way down to independent school districts. And then they tell you, okay, this is the agency within the government that is doing this grant. And this is the description of the grant. If you have questions, this is the email, and they have tons of documents that go along with this grant and contact information for the grantor. Okay, so once again, a lot of this on grant.gov is tied to specific agencies within the government and missions that they have. This is under the Department of Labor. So that's grants for you. And here's break time. So I'm gonna step off camera, get some more coffee, and I'll be back.